folks along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We went to bleeding races.
Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
Yes, people, back again. John Sinclair TV, back again, and I've got Pete with us. How you doing, Pete?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Champion. And big up to Tony. You made it.
Hi, John. Hi, Pete. You all right?
All right, Tony.
Champion stuff. Yeah, there's candy plenty to talk about as well. If you like the video, like what you see, please give us an honor and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. If you like the super chat, click on the $sign. Just give what the channel's worth. Excuse me. And if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. So I think I got a membership as well from the other day, right? I don't know who it is, but I think it's Tony Finlay, I believe. So if I just get his name right, let's have a look as well. Yes, it is Tony. Tony Finlay, thank you very much indeed for coming a member, mate. I really appreciate that. I forgot about it as well, mate. So thank you very much for becoming a member. So I'll go through some comments as well. I've got Jay Sweet, big up to you, mate. Hope you're okay. Afternoon to Tom. And can't believe Conte's on a touchline after the red card. Top 6 bias. Well, Mr. Tuchel also got the red card as well, and he is banned. Big up to Tony the Red. Mr. Me, thank you very much indeed. And yeah, how is Conte on the touchline? And big up to Jade, the wonderful Jade. If you heard of the Beatles, Here Jude, it should be Here Jade. And I think that would be a #1 hit record as well. And so we're going to talk about transfers update, the players that has been linked with Newcastle United, and it's been an everyday occurrences as well. Conor Gallagher, Pulisic. We're going to talk about one Joao Pedro. So you, Pete. There's been reports, right, that the lad wants to come to Newcastle because of the project. Yeah, Watford don't want to sell him, right? I think this guy's placid. He's well cool and that. I don't think he's going to throw a tantrum anyway. He's a professional footballer for 20-year-old, right? He ain't going to cause the problems with Watford. Now, according to reports also, he's out injured today, so he will not be playing against Preston North End as well. First of all, is he injured? Secondly, are Watford going to make us suffer, make us wait to the last minute? Or he's going to have to handle a transfer request?
It's an interesting one, isn't it? I've got to admit. So he possibly could well be injured, which is why he's missing. But is it a player I would take a chance on? Yes, I think I would. I really, really would. Of course, I was discussing this on my show last night with the lads as well. He is a very young lad. He can play either the left, the right, or in the middle. So kind of sorts that position out for us as well, particularly the right, and a bit of a backup in the middle as well. I really think he can have the potential. He won't have to be registered anyway. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing this guy come to the football club. I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on it, but who says anyhow can't get the best out of him? Like he's done with some of our other players. Why not? If we came in, I would give him an opportunity and see what he can do.
Totally agree, but you've got to give the guy a chance because, look...
With any new signing, you've got to give a chance to when they come through the door.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Until I know that the player that I don't rate on good enough. But it is what it is. But you know what it is, right? I mean, like Joao Pedro, he must have talked to Joe Linton and Bruno. I'm sure there may be a group chat, or could it be in private? It could be anywhere, right? And he must be asking, like, what's that playing for Newcastle? You know what? If he came to Newcastle, Tony, right? He's got Bruno. He's a world-class player. Joe Linton's improved a lot, yeah? Joao Pedro could be a top player if he learns for those two, right? Does the job for us, shows what he can do, right? He's got potential, yes. I think, me personally, the more I think of this, I think it makes sense, Tony.
Well, it does, John. I mean, yeah, I know his stats aren't there to prove, like, for goal scoring wise, but as I said to the Watford fan the other night, he's playing in a poor Watford side, so you've got to take that into consideration as well. Give the lad a chance. If he comes, I'll back him 100%. I do with any player that comes in the door. You know, I might not agree with the signing, but I'll back the lad 100%. I think a lot of us, a long time ago, when Craig Bellamy was signing, I remember I was one of them myself for 6 million. And thought, well, hang on, why was signing the guy who's only scored 6 goals for Coventry all season? And look how he turned out. So, you know, you just got to give Joao Pedro the chance. But, you know, he plays predominantly left, so we can put him on the left wing if we need to, or he can play up front. But, you know, when Watford played us at St James's Park, he was their best player on the pitch that day. So, and give Eddie the chance to work with him, with his coach and staff. And he could turn into a top player, and you know he could potentially treble his transfer value by the next few years. So who knows? Just got to give the guy a chance, and you know, don't expect too much from him straight away. Just bet him in easily and ease him into the team, and then he should be fine.
Yeah, I have to agree. There, Tony. Or we signed the guy, right, but loan him back until the end of the season. Do you know what I mean? That's another option as well. Personally, but he's got potential. I like him. I think he's a decent young player, and he came from Fluminense to Watford for £2.5 million, which I think is a bargain to them. But Joao Pedro's got to think of himself, Pete. Right? The thing is, right, for me personally, is he going to get in the Brazilian national team with Watford? Definitely not.
No.
Would he win with Newcastle United? Possibly. Yeah. I think. You never know. I think this guy's going to love it, Newcastle, if he does come. I mean, look, if you look at it, right, he has got a great goal and score record. We get that. 3 goals since he's joined Watford in Premier League. I get it. But we're not asking him to score 20 goals a season. All we want him to do, if he does come up, is to work hard, do your bit, do your stuff, do it for the fans, and then the rest will take his course. But 5-year contract, I think he's going to be decent if he comes.
Yeah, I mean, again, look what Eddie Howe has done with a lot of our players. He's really turned them around and massively improved them.
Yeah.
Who says he could do the same with Pedro if he was to come at the football club? I mean, the price tag is a bit of a strange one. I mean, of course, we're asking for about 20 odd million at first, but Watford are holding out for about 30 million. I would say 20 odd million would be a reasonable offer for a young lad, for a lad in his early 20s, particularly. I don't see why Watford should sell him around about that price.
I know. I think it's just trying to catch us because they probably know that Newcastle has got money, and that's not always the case because we're not going to get ripped off by any club at all whatsoever. We're not going to be an easy targets, easy pickings. At the end of the day, I've said this numerous times. They must know that we just offer a player at worth, and Tony knows that more than anyone as well. Tony, we're not going to get ripped off. That's what we're going to pay us. Go away and think about it, right? But you got until say the middle of the week. If you don't hear nothing news, don't come calling us. We'll be calling you. Simple as that. Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing as well, another thing if you look at it as well is if you look at the Liverpool model. Now look when Michael Edwards was director of football at Liverpool, when they started signing players, they were going in for players that they knew they wouldn't get. Because what Michael Edwards was doing was he was going in hardballing. So say for instance, if it was Lukaku, for instance, and he said to Inter Milan before he went to Chelsea, right, we'll give you 50 million for Lukaku. And Inter Milan say, oh, no. He's not. No, he's worth a lot more than that. Then Michael Edwards would say, right, okay, I'll move on. I'll go somewhere else. And I think Dan Ashworth is doing exactly what Michael Edwards has done at Liverpool. And look where Liverpool are now. I mean, because he didn't want Liverpool being ripped off. And when they went and got Salah, they got him for 34 million. And why did they get him for 34 million? Because clubs knew Michael Edwards would only go in with the value that he thought the player was worth. And that's why clubs don't sell players for ridiculous prices to Liverpool, because of what Michael Edwards done. And I think that's what Dan Ashworth's doing at Newcastle. He's doing the hard balling. Some players that we've probably been for we're not going to get, but he's probably thought, no, I'm just going to make a stance here. This is how we do it. This is how we do our business. And if clubs want to inflate their prices, we walk away and look elsewhere. And, you know, and as I also said last night with the Saudis as well, the Saudis won't be mugged off. They don't pay over the top for anything. If they want a deal, they get a deal. And if that deal's not right, they'll walk away. They don't care. They'll walk away and they'll go elsewhere. So I think we're doing it the right way.
I have to agree with you there because, you know, look at Everton and Forest, they spend money like it's going out of fashion, right? And they don't care what they're doing. They're just buying quantity, not quality, yeah? I know Foxy probably think different if he's there. And look, you're right. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we're not going to get that tough. We said this many a time, right? And they got to know now that we're not idiots. Do you know what I mean? We do not want to be another Everton, Pete. I mean, the thing is, right? We don't want to be another Everton, right? Look at what they've done. They've done $500 million, right? Buying players, and still got Seamus Coleman in their team. They still got Ben Goffrey in their team. Yeah, they still got Michael Keane in their team as well. But that's another time for them lot. But listen, at the end of the day, right? I think we're doing the right way. We're not going to get mugged off. We're going to buy quality into that team.
Well, that's it, because money always doesn't guarantee success. As well, go back to Fulham when they spent over 100 million and they went straight back down. As well. And I think what we're like trying to do as well is trying to build from, as we would again say this on, yes, you were saying on as well yesterday, Tony. We're trying to build from the back, we're all the way and up. So we're going from the back up to the front part area of our squad now.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done 85 million quid fixing the goalkeeper, fixed up the defence as well. 85 million quid, got the defence correct. We just need to get the attacking side correct. And Pedro could be the future of Newcastle United if he does come. You just never know. But if you look at it, we still need areas to be fixed, Tony. We know that. The right side of midfielder, we need some player up front, and we need a midfielder. If we can get those three in, right, it'll be a 10 out of 10 window. At the minute, it's only a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, John, I mean, you know, as I've said, we build from the back up to the front. If there was an ideal, well, I would say 3 signings till the end of this window. I would say Pulisic loan to buy, because he can play right wing, left wing.
Coming to in a bit.
Lucas Paqueta at 33 million, if that's the quoted price, then yeah, that's a no-brainer. He can play anywhere across the midfield as well. He can play right wing, midfield centre, attacking midfield up front. So he covers a lot of areas as well. And if Joao Pedro's coming in, then like we say, we'll back him as well. And then who knows? Maybe we'll bring foreign. Maybe you'll bring another striker in as well. So maybe someone like a Ramos comes in as well. So who knows? You know, at the end of the day, only the club know who they're looking at and how many players they're bringing in. We could be sitting here thinking, oh, there's only another 2. But say the club could say, oh, no, we thinking, oh, well, I think there's only 2, but there's going to be a surprise because there's going to be 4 players coming into the club. So, you know, we just don't know how the club operate. We don't know what the club are doing behind the scenes. And I think that's the way the club preferred. So, and like I say, since Dan Ashworth's been there, the leaks have stopped a lot now. The leaks used to come out, but they've stopped a lot now. Maybe Dan Ashworth has said, look, any club players that we're interested in, you sign this non-disclosure agreement so you don't go to the media, so like your agent doesn't go and say, oh, by the way, Newcastle's looking at them, just to get a bidding war. So, yeah, I can see that happening. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a maximum of 4 came in, but I'm looking at least 2 coming in.
Hopefully, Alexander Isak could be another one. Maybe we get this guy through the door. My God, that will be absolutely amazing. That'd be my dream signing, by the way. Get Alexander Isak a social bag. Just pay the 76 million
Don't
quid.
think that's happening, John.
That'd be amazing if he did, but that'd be a ragamuffin to signing. A ragamuffin. And do you think you're going to get him, Pete?
Sign a new deal, John. That won't happen, mate.
Yeah, true. But you never know. But it's not going to happen. Always next season. Let's smash the bank for this guy. This guy's here in the future. Big up to Static, by the way. Big fan. Go on, Tony.
Yeah. There's another striker that's underrated. Well, actually, Everton, Villa, Man U have looked at him. What about Raul de Thomas from is it Valencia he plays for?
Espanyol,
sorry, yeah. I mean, last season he scored 17 goals in 34 games. That's 1-2 ratio. Not a bad ratio. I know he's 27, but depends how much you would cost. That's the problem.
Yeah, that is the thing. I think it'll be decent. I think it'll end up staying in Spain. I mean, Jade knows a lot more about this guy because she loves Spanish football. Obviously, I do so. She does La Liga sort of thing. But heard of him. He's decent. Looks decent. Yeah. And he's playing for not a fashionable team. I can't lie. But they're just second fiddle to Barcelona in the same city. And I just hope he does well in future years. So I don't know a lot about him. Jade didn't know about him. Big up to Stata, by the way. Big Guna. I hope you're okay. Good luck against Bournemouth today. The difference is Everton build shot use of player Walcott, Theo Walcott, 40 mil, Iwobi, 35, Decore, 40, Sigurdsson, 40, John Johnson, 40 mil. Newcastle can sign players just like Bruno. That is the thing. I mean, look, Pete, they spend an awful lot of money, Everton, right? And out of those players, right, I like Decore. I really do like Decore, but I think it's in the wrong team, the wrong system. Richarlison had to get away to protect his Brazilian national side as well, gone to a big club in Tottenham. I think Everton's going to be in big trouble, Pete.
Just shows why they were lucky to escape relegation last year, wasn't it? I mean, they've started very poorly, even though I would say the football has times been that bad. But if you're not scoring goals, yeah, and it was an own goal they got last week with no striker in. Well, Calvert-Lewin out injured. I don't think Rondon's going to get double figures now. If they don't get a good result against Forest, I think they could be really in big trouble this season.
Massive. I got Forest to win that game today. Massive trouble, big time. Tony, Everton, man, big trouble, big trouble, my guy. And I'll tell you what, I can see Forest doing them today, convincingly. Yeah,
Everton's in trouble. I mean, yeah, they just staved off relegation last year because they got lucky at home. You know, Palace should have beat them really when they were 2 up. They shouldn't have let that lead slip and lose 3-2. Things sort of went against teams down below because when Richarlison threw that flare in the crowd, he should have been banned there and then, but they've waited till now and they've done it in the first game of the season, which in my eyes is a cop-out because I felt they didn't want to ban him back then because I felt the Premier League didn't want Everton going down and they'd rather a Burnley went down instead. So, yeah, they were lucky to escape. I don't rate Lampard at all as a manager. I think he's definitely not a Premier League manager in my eyes. And to be honest with you, I know I've got him down as first manager to be sacked this season. I hope Forest thump them today, but I'll say Forest will win that 2-1. But, yeah, and I mean, apparently they went in for a late bid with Morgan Gibbs-White. They offered the same as what Forest were offering for him. But Gibbs-White said he didn't want to go to Everton. He wanted to play for Steve Cooper as he was his manager at under 17 level for England. So that was a snub for Everton there.
Wow. I'll tell you what, though, 42.5 million quid for this guy. I can't believe that. I still can't get my head over that. 42 million quid for Morgan Gibbs-White, Pete. That's unbelievable, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think Forest have spent quite over the odds here to get him at the football club. I've got to admit. But if Forest see something in him that could help improve their squad, then okay, fair play to them. But I think Forest just want to make sure. This sounds like they just want to get as much signings as they possibly can if they want to stay in the Premier League for next season. That's what they're most likely doing in this transfer window.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Wish them all the best of luck on that one as well. But they need to jealous the team very quickly, otherwise they'll be done. They're done out of there. And on Joao Pedro, he said that the reason he wants to come to Newcastle is because he's attracted to the project, and also Joe Linton and Bruno Zell, Tony. I mean, that's a nice thing to say, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, he's had a taste of St. James's Park. He's seen it. He's been there. He's played in front of us lots, so he knows what it's like there, and he knows the passion. He wants to be part of a project because, no disrespect to him, but Watford ain't going to be winning trophies unless they win the championship, you know. But really, that's not really a trophy to be proud of, is it? A medal to have round your neck. So he wants to win cups, Premier Leagues, that sort of thing. He wants to get the highest level. And who can blame the lad? Thing is, though, I think he's supposed to be injured. We don't know the whole story behind this. Is this just he was pulled out because of this deal going to rumble on over the weekend and didn't want his head be, you know, they didn't want him playing and he not being in the right frame of mind? Not sure about that one, but I'm sure we'll find out. But at the end of the day, the lad's 20. He wants to improve himself. So, it was nice what he said. And let's see what he can bring to the table.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Look, I mean, I think Joao Pedro needs to see Sin say, right, you know what, playing for an iconic club in Newcastle United, I think he's going to have fun. We got a good team spirit at the club, led by Kieran Trippier. Kieran look after this guy, Bruno and Joe as well. Pedro Gallagher will come in, and that will be it, according to ITGG. And by Forest doing that, just bumps the price up on others as well. Do you think he's right, Pete? Look at that. The more I think about it, the more it's true.
Yeah, I think it looks like it, doesn't it? If a lot of these clubs know we've got money and they want us to pay well over the odds for a lot of them. But, it's what's been all over a lot of transfers as well. Prices going up in terms of players. Yeah, it's a lot. Majority, it's all about money now.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? A sad case. Got FIFA. So John, Everton signed used up players out of their prime. That's why they're such a bad state for Newcastle to climb up the league. Signing Pedro is a bad move in my eyes, but Eddie need to ask for his first targets. Of course, buying second best is Ashley Stallo, third best. Spurs won, by the way, by Gordon and Neil. Harry King got the winning goal. And I can see what he's trying to say. You have to have a number one target. You go for number one target. Yeah, listen, I can't thank our owners enough. I think our owners have been absolutely fantastic, Tony. They really, really have, right? And if we don't get any more players in, right, I'll be a little bit frustrated. But at the end of the day, we're not going to get ripped off at the same time, mate.
No, not at all. I'm not going to get ripped off at all. You know, but at the end of the day, they're going through a list of targets, so they've probably wrote a list down. He's probably way down that list, but you know, at the end of the day, back whoever comes in, simple as, and see how they get on. That's all you can do, you know. And the thing is, as well, he doesn't take up a squad place, so because he's under 22, so he doesn't take up a squad place at all. So he should be all right.
Absolutely. Yes, Rangers didn't win today. Bloody brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They drew 2s each, by the way. Brilliant. Not. MGW, Morgan Gibbs White. Price tag is absurd. Wolves have mugged Forest right off. Absolutely. Chenk, so big up to you, mate. Hope you're okay. And unless they want to fight for the shirt, we don't want them. That's very true. John, got to ask you, honestly, is it because Newcastle is such a low place that fans are rating Joao Pedro? I just don't see if he's not a prolific goal scorer, he's worse than Chris Wood. Pete?
Well, again, he's been playing at a poor Watford side, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Again, if he plays under Eddie Howe, could he get the best out of him? You just never know that. You just never know that. And look at his stats as well.
Yeah.
Again, Tony, we were discussing this yesterday as well. The majority of them don't look that bad.
No, not at all. And I mean, he doesn't play predominantly striker. He plays in the midfield as well. So I mean, he plays on the wing. So the Watford fan who was on the other day, explained his position, and I know he doesn't score a lot of goals, but that's in a poor side. Put him in a side where he's going to get service, then see what he does. Then if he bangs in, do you know what I hope? If he does come in the club, and some of these people who say, "Oh, but his stats aren't great, he doesn't score enough goals," I hope he comes in, scores double figures this season, and then a lot of fans might turn around and say, "Actually, I was wrong about him." Because, I'll be one of them and say, I'd hold my hands up at first. I got it wrong, but until I listened to what Carl said the other night, and then I understood it more, and I thought, actually, no, he's actually not a bad player at all. So let's see how it goes, But no, he could hit double figures, and I hope a lot of fans hold their hands up and say, yeah, we got it wrong.
Yeah, we'd love to be proved wrong, don't we? But at the end of the day, look at Craig Bellamy. Everyone's saying Craig who? Right? And I thought it was going to be like a sub sort of thing, and he comes in and he just does the job, and his work rate's fantastic. Off the pitch, don't like him, but on the pitch, you like to play in the same team as this. Got one from AB as well. Big up to you, AB. The official reports are saying 25 mil for MGW, rises up to 42.5 million quid. Is Pedro more of a striker or winger? He can play both positions, but just as an attacker. Go on, Pete.
More players out wide.
Yeah, that's what we need. And Pedro Gallagher changed Newcastle a lot. And he's a young player, lots of room to improve. That's than Tony the Red. I'm sorry, back at the bad player, it's a sounded delusional. I may support Newcastle over 35, yeah, but I want better for this club. Plus, John, our staff ain't the best. Eddie is a tactical manager. Look, like I said, just got to give him a chance, man. Pedro does not play on the wing. Who told you that Zaha was right winger over 3 years? Denny's the left wing. Pedro played as a striker, not a winger. And would you play trips further up, Felix? Just like his cross would benefit Wilson more. Me personally, he's a right back, and he should be at right back. I'd rather have a player that plays a specific position in that position. Watford won 30-35 mil for Pedro, so that pay the 35 mil for Ramos, much better prospect, or pay the 35 million pound for Bakata. Do you know what I mean? But these clubs now, they just want to rip us off good and proper. Got 49 people watching live. Thank you very much. 50 people now. Thank you very much indeed. Can you please give us the thumbs up as you can, please? Hit the like button, the thumbs up button as well. And also, if you're new, then hit the subscribe button. It's a Saturday afternoon, and it's a fantastic tournament. Thank you very much indeed for that. And do follow PD Podlock, and also follow Tony Tooney 31 on social media. Now, I want to come on to Christian Pulisic, Pete. Go on, Tony. Tony, do you say something then? I think he's frozen. Sorry, Pete. Yeah, we'll just all talk about Pulisic.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention there about the transfer window. So
yeah. Go on.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was just gonna say about the transfer window. I think the reason we haven't been as active through it sort of thing, I think the owners were waiting for the last 2 weeks, because this is where it starts getting silly now, because clubs who are wanting to move players on will start dropping prices to get these players out of the club. So the waiting game, the patience, which patience is a virtue, which is what we are doing. Maybe this is why the owners are now starting to be a bit more active, because they know this is where the prices start coming down.
Absolutely right, Tony. I have to agree with that. Do you agree with that, Pete? I agree with that all the way.
Yep. We've seen that happen on transfer deadline day.
Yeah.
100%. So, yep.
Playing silly buggers there, and we're going to win the day. Simple as that. Well said, Tony. Well said, man. Joao Pedro is coming to us. Not early strike position. As long as Wilson's fit, Pedro will play one of the wingers, whichever side not fit, Miggy or ASM. Also, I would like to see Hudson-Odoi, a proper winger. 72 games in 5 seasons, yeah? He looks a bit overweight, mate. So for me personally, it'd be a no for me. Hey, guys, hope you're well. Foxy, South American expert, absolutely great. And if he's young, can play centre forward and wing, then he sounds the right kind of player we need. That's from Tony the Red again. I got from Tony the Red. Macy Consummate, by the way. Pulisic coming in forward for the part exchange with Harry Maguire. Oh, that's interesting. Heard about Harry Maguire linked with Chelsea, Tony?
Well, I haven't heard any. Well, I know Mason brought it up.
I heard a rumour about it, but I can't see that happening. I can't see Chelsea taking... But then Leicester's left Fofana out that squad. So does that mean he's off to Chelsea then? So I can't see them going for Maguire and Fofana together. And the thing is, I can't see them letting Pulisic go to Old Trafford either. So I think that's... And why would Chelsea... I'm no disrespect, but why did Chelsea want Maguire who can't defend at Man United? So why would they want to take a defender who won't be able to defend for Chelsea? So, yeah... I think it's more for Fofana Chelsea's getting, because why would Leicester leave him out the squad today? He's not injured.
Yeah, exactly. Not daft at all, but still, how Burners scored a goal 3 minutes in injury time against Rangers. Absolutely brilliant. We move swiftly on. Next week's team will get desperate. It's how we got Bruno the last 10 days. That's a sensible thing there. Thank you. Yep, Chelsea won slappy. John, it's all over YouTube. Okay. Personally, in my opinion, the reinforcements should have been done early doors, as they must have had a list of targets before the end of last season. That's a fair enough point. Maybe it's next time that will happen. Because these new owners are new, and you're gonna have to learn a lot of things. So hopefully next time we do things earlier. And lastly, midfield we need Bakata, Madison, Connor, McGregor. Any of this can be strengthened us also on the bench as well. That's a good chunk. That's a good shout. I think Chelsea might pull out of a final deal because they want 80 million for that guy. Because Tuchel's better coach and you can teach Maguire playing alongside Koulibaly. Imagine putting Maguire and Koulibaly at the same breath. I'll tell you something. Koulibaly's form will drop because of Maguire. And Koulibaly's better than that. I'm a Koulibaly fan, by the way. Good afternoon to Gaji. Hope you find my guy. I hope you're having a good day. I'm sorry, but FIFA has a lot of question info. He's got the club wrong. Who Pedro played for? Wrong stats, and I said Pedro just want to play on the left. Pedro played a mix of centre forward and left side. I wouldn't mind seeing Xavi Simons, former PSG player at Newcastle, centre forward Cam, young, high potential, fast and creative. Thank you so much indeed, Danny. I really appreciate that, by the way. Thank you for subscribing, my guy. Maguire looked decent in a back three. And my problem with the summer was banging on about attacking areas being needed upgraded. But the club didn't doubt, John. Eddie banged on about it. Listen, 10 days to go, mate. Anything can happen. Right, we're going to Pulisic. Start with you, Pete. Pulisic, Chelsea been linked. I've seen reports saying that there could be a part exchange with him and Maguire. And also, we could get him on loan deal. And would you take Pulisic?
Yes, I would. I really, really would. I think he improves our side as well. Plays on the right mostly. And that's an area we need to kind of sort out as well. Yes. Young lad still as well. Still early 20s, I believe, as well. So, yes, I would definitely take Pulisic, whether it's a loan or a permanent. Yeah, I think he really improves our side if he comes.
100%. I think this guy is brilliant. When he's not injured a lot, and he gets something like 38 games out of him, if you do an end of season report on him, I'll give him an 8 out of 10, Tony. Oh, he's gone. So, yeah, I'll give him an 8 out of 10 if he plays a full 38 games and performs as he does. I think you need a fast winger, and this guy is quick, he's tricky, he's skillful, and this guy is absolutely brilliant on his day. On his day, I think he's amazing.
With Pulisic, yep. He is.
And great player. Got three comments here as well. I honestly think Hudson-Odoi is coming to us on loan. There's a lot of shout about it. That's from FIFA. I'd rather have Hudson. Pulisic is never. That's from Tony. Calling it now. As Geordie for Man United against Liverpool Monday. Liverpool win 6-0. Oh, Daniel, man, don't upset Macy, by the way. Try and get Tony back in. When Joe, I'm going to call him JP for now. When JP scored against us with a good header, themselves let him in, by the way. He played on the left side. All the majority of his time of Fluminense, Pedro played on the left side. So he played on left side in midfield. Now, this is the thing, Tony. Back on Pedro quickly before we go on to Pulisic. If, according to Foxy, if he plays on the left side, could that be the end of ASM's career at Newcastle?
Well, could be. I mean, there has been talk this week about Chelsea and Spurs wanting ESM, but ESM said no because he doesn't want to go there and sit on the bench. So does he know that Newcastle are actively looking to sell him on? And now is he worrying about this? If that's the case, if I was ESM and I was going to be told I'm being sold and I didn't want to go because I didn't want to sit on the bench, I'd be saying, right, I'm going to make sure I'm putting performances week in, week out in Newcastle that make them change their minds and say, look, actually, what a hell of a player we've got on our hands. We need to keep him. So that's the challenge for ESM now, is to go out there and say, right, I want to be the player. I want to be the main man and do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Pete?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think I agree with what Tony's just said there. Yes, of course. I think if ASM was to go to, if you definitely did go to Spurs, you'd definitely be sitting on the bench. No doubt about that. And ASM, to me, doesn't really have good performances off the bench as well.
That's the other question, man.
Yeah, it is. So, but and plus, I don't think Eddie Howe would want to sell him anyway.
That's another thing as well. Does he have good performances off the bench? For me, he doesn't. I'm not going to lie. But at this moment in time, right, I mean, I gave him a 7, 8 out of 10 against Forest and a 4 out of 10 against Southampton. Yeah. And again, people say we're not allowed to go at ASM sort of thing. If he plays poorly, then it gets marked down.
You can criticize anyone who don't play well on the day.
Be honest. I mean, I see your player ratings, Pete, and you're absolutely consistent on your player ratings, man. Do you know what I mean? I've seen you giving 3s out of 10 to ASM, 2s to ASM. You know what?
It was a 4. I thought it was 4 I give him against Brighton because his passing was all over the place.
Exactly. I'd give them a 0 if they don't perform. I've done that many a time. In fact, I gave ASM a 0 out of 10 against Brighton. We lost 3-0 last season, by the way. ASM, one on the right, Pedro on the left, and Tony's chatting to FIFA. I want Pulisic on loan by Gallagher and Ramos. So that would be fantastic business. No, of course, even Mick Law said Newcastle is a proper winger to provide and score at least 10 goals this season. I totally agree there. ASM, Miggy, and Fraser don't do enough for this team. That's a worry, Tony. Those three, Allan, Miggy, and Ryan, they just do not score enough goals on the wings, and that is a worry.
Yeah, that's the problem we've got. That's why we don't score enough goals. You know, we can't always rely on the guy up front to keep scoring the goals, Wilson. We got to rely on other people around them. And that's why with good wingers and good midfielders who can chip in with 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 goals a season, that pushes you further up the league. Goals win matches at the end of the day.
I mean, I can't remember the last time Miggy scored. That's against Palace. I can't remember when ASM scored. That was against Man United. No, it was against Rothfard on the left-hand side. I could be wrong. I could be well wrong. But that is the worry. Do you know what I mean? You've got to score goals on the wing. When you play 4-3-3, you've got to make an effort and get the goal, chip into the goals as well. That is the worry. And well, all about go to Chelsea this season. I believe he will do, mate. I think he'll be off to Chelsea anyway. And Pedro from Petsy has even played on the right side, second strike on occasions, too. But John's on the left and centre forward, still 20. So I wouldn't be surprised if Harry retrains him to play on the right hand side. I think if you train with Eddie, I think it'd be fantastic. It'd be sad if ASM is left. And a question for you, Pete: how many times does ASM show up? 1 in 8 games, 6 goals is terrible for a guy with his talent. His attitude is like a big child. Not my words. His words.
We did say that a lot last season, but hopefully not this season. Eddie Howe hopefully has done some work, a bit of extra work with him. He's starting to pass the ball a lot more now, which I like, even though I wasn't happy with his passing there last week. But again, I think ESM's probably been told that you're in a team. You're not there to play for yourself now half the time. I believe you will. I think this season we'll see. I think we'll see a lot more good performances from him. I really believe we will.
Yeah, I think that's a sound shout. We have been linked to so many good players, but we look like signing less quality ones if we sign any more before deadline day. That's from John. And what's you think of that one, Tony?
Yeah, we have been linked to a lot, but at the end of the day, you know, as I say, you just got to be patient. The signs will come in. Just give them time. You know, they're not going to go out there and rush out and spend £100 million on a player. They're just going to take their time and get the right ones in. And I mean right players by as in right character. You want the right characters. You don't want players that are going to come in and if something goes wrong, they're going to go missing. So, yeah, just be patient, I say.
Well said, well said. And we've got one here from FIFA again. It's not just that, John. They don't assist enough goals. Then they're selfish players. You can't score. Mickey 2, VSL 1, Son 6. That's terrible. To be honest with you, I don't think it's that good anywhere, to be fair. Also, Bruno, 130 mil. No way.
No, I don't. Not selling Bruno.
They're gonna have to sell the stadium, man, and get Gallagher on loan as part of the deal. Then go for Diaby or Osman. Job done. No. Bruno all day for me. Talking to Mansell. Why would Madrid loan Camavinga, Diaby, Osman? Would be around 150 between them. And then I've got my guy Ryan, and he's the Canadian league gunner. I have to say, if you have a team with wingers that score 10 goals or more, their team will compete for a title. Are we at that level? Not even close. And Ryan's correct, by the way. It's like these Chelsea wingers, Odoi, Pulisic, Saich, all miles ahead of what we have got, and there's no need at that club. How do we get there if you don't sign these? Okay, that's fair play. We need to upgrade the wingers at some stage. Like, I think Newcastle's way up a little new owner takes time, and there's 25th August. I think Newcastle going for him. It's difficult because Leon cannot accept now. That is the thing. We're still not out of it yet, but they've got 10 days sort of sell suit. You ain't only paying 5-10 million over the value, or even more for players near the end of the window. Pete, do you think we have to overpay the players? It needs to be.
Some of them you will have to if you want to land them, obviously, because the clubs are going to say, well, if you don't pay that money, well, you're not having them. It's the end of story. So at times we will have to do that, but some of these clubs are just slapping ridiculous prices on a lot of these players now because they know we've got money now. We've got one of the richest owners now, and that's what they want us to do in a way. But sometimes we will have to be doing that. At times we will have to definitely do that.
You have to. Oh, do you agree with that, Tony?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Have to.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We have to. Got one from Castillo as well. Do hit the subscribe button, please, Casimir. If you can, that'd be brilliant. Looking forward to watching Leicester today, /Saints today. Or maybe I'm dreaming. Look, hit that subscribe button, mate, and good luck for your Leicester team a day. I can name some wingers we could sign for not so much and better what we have. And John as well, I appreciate FFP and agree we can't buy 4 or 5 £100 million players, but as long as the players come in and improve the team, cool. And then we're going to Dominic as well. We've been linked, guys, as well today. Now, Casemiro is coming in. Scott McTominay.
No. Bang average at best, man.
No chance. I'll take James Garner for 14 million.
I agree with you, man. I cannot believe if we get McTominay. I mean, Maisie must be around somewhere. She might even be watching this channel, by the way, right? And she's like, John, please take him. You know, absolutely no way or say. No chance. And Padlock, Cody, Gakpo as a goal threat. and 30 mil. PSV want Ryan Kent, Rangers top player, less than 30 mil. Would you take either? I take Gakpo all day long, mate.
Yeah, I definitely would as well. But I don't. Cody, well, he's got Everton on loan, hasn't he? Which I'm very baffled over that still.
Absolutely incredible, isn't it? We get McTominay, I'll be disappointed, man. Honestly. And FIFA. You just mentioned Ryan Kent because he's a meta player in FIFA. No way you've got to sit in the Prem. Sorry, not a chance. No way. Not a chance. He can stay where he is. Last year, how was that Miles the Heat? And Tony, I think Dewsbury Hall was the sort of player you need. Not ready yet, mate. He's decent. He's decent. He's a decent player, but he should develop at Leicester City more, by the way. I think he'd be a decent player in the future years. I'd take Harvey Barnes, by the way, 100%, and James Madison. And they were also both injured. Coming to you in a bit. And we've got here for Tucci Jordi. We'll have Harvey Barnes. Yep. Therefore, we really need a right winger, central mid, and a striker. Do you think we get any? John, I think we will do. Conor Gallagher is one of them. He's been linked with us as well. Tony, I'll start with you. Would you take him? Brilliant season for Palace last season, breakout season, and he got Premier League experience, and he got some game time.
Yeah, I would take him, yeah. Don't forget he was at West Brom the year before that, so yeah, he's got plenty of Premier League experience. So yeah, no brainer. Depends how much Chelsea wants from him, though. That's the thing in it. And on the Pulisic thing, I'd definitely take him because he sells shirts in America.
Yeah. And what about you, Pete?
Yep, Pulisic, 100% definitely take him.
Yeah. And Gallagher?
Gallagher's not a bad shout as well, is he?
Exactly. And there we go. We've got Foxy saying, just mentioned Chelsea wingers and Miles the Heat. Mentioned goals, assists. None of them players he's mentioned score, assists, double figures. Sums it. Quality of Europe is recently now special. Sam Tony. I'll be looking at fringe internationals that aren't getting much game time as they will work hard with the World Cup coming up. That's a fair shout, Wacker. That's a fair shout. One player you forgot is Lucas and Spurs. He's not playing a game. Their top player doesn't get much of a game, does he? But look, at the end of the day, would you take him? He's another one, Tony. Lucas Moura.
Getting on a bit now, though, isn't he? Was he 20?
30.
30, yeah.
30, something like that.
He's not prolific, though, is he? So I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. No, I don't think so.
Not for he's past it. I wouldn't say past it, but I just don't think he's not what we need just now. Do you know what I mean?
Not consistent enough.
This is the thing. You're right, guys. Hudson had 4 goals in Champions League last season. Then I've given a good word, John. Sky Sports is all about Man United. Let's get Ramos and Paqueta. He's absolutely right. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. But Pete, it's all about Man United. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. They were on about in that game against Brentford last week. All they were talking about was how embarrassing Man United were. The kickoff, of course, between Carragher and Gary Neville, but no mention of how well Brentford played in that game, how they took the game to Man United and embarrassed them from start to the very end.
It's laughable, isn't it?
It's absolutely
laughable. I tell you what, how would Fergie feel right now, Tony? He'd be absolutely furious at that.
Yeah, wouldn't he just? Absolutely furious.
Absolutely. Ryan saying Moura is a Brazilian Jacob Murphy.
Well, not consistent enough, is he?
There you go. He did score a hat against Ajax, but hey, I mean, on this day, it could be decent, but I'm afraid to say, when it's a PSG, he was absolutely gifted. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. Do you think the orders are the issue of United, or is it just complete mess there? Surely the issue lies with the attitude and commitment of the players. They're a part of the problem, mate. 100%.
Well,
they're just not doing it.
Sounds like it's a bit all over the place with the owners. On the squad, there's a lot of players who are just terrible. Mm-hmm. The players who just don't want to be there as well. And that's the problem with Man United at the moment. Yes, they've got a new manager, but it's It's the same problems on the pitch and in terms of up at the top.
Yeah, absolutely. My first choice was Ramos and Pulisic, where the income for shirt sales will let us sign 5 top players next season. Oh, what you're thinking. I hope you're right there. Let's look at this one as well. No problem. You're off now, Tony. He's gone. Tony is gone because he's having problems with the internet and where he was. He probably sent us a message in a bit, by the way. You go another 10 more minutes or so. I know you've got things to do, Pete, and I appreciate that, mate. My first choice was Rams. I think I read that, didn't I? We'll see. Hello, everybody. Big up to you, Tom. That's absolutely fine. No worries about it. We're used to here now, miss. Right, the lies once again. FIFA, I'd say Hudson Doyle scored 1 Champions League goals in the last season, not 4. At 30, he could sign for Man U and be one of the youngest strikers. Surprised United haven't tried to re-sign Van Nistelrooy for Mark Hughes. Wow.
Oh, yeah, Jesus, yeah.
And then Man U's problems is the Ayers that were all expected Fergie, the Ayers. Okay.
Yep.
I know Casemiro's one thing in the game, but this is a massive risk for him to go to Man U. It's a great signing, but in a few years too late. He's coming up 31. That is the thing. We paid Chris Wood 25 mil, and we're thinking about 35 for Lucas Paqueta. It is hard to understand. We're getting late. Again, do you think you need to come down, Pete? We need to calm self-down. 10 days to go.
Yep, we kind of do. We do need to try and get something in. As well, but think about last year, we couldn't get Hamza Chowdhury over the line, could we? Under the previous ownership,
he's gone to Watford.
Yeah, he's gone to Watford. But there you go. I think I'm going to be hopeful we'll still get a couple in before the window closes.
I think we will. I'm just so excited. The players to come in, man. Let's have to work it out, Pete. You know what I mean? I think it'll be fantastic. Let's get excited, man. We've got to be excited. I mean, like Tony said, and you said as well, last couple of years, they're going to need the money. I think as a man, you're struggling to get top 10 finish. 2 months ago, that's a Mansell. I think they will be battling relegation, which is great. What are your thoughts on Forest? I'm a Leicester fan, but I hate to say it, they are put together as a tidy little team, fair to play to them. Look, go on, Pete, I think I'm sat.
Well, you never know, but they've got to gel as a team, the new signings as well. I mean, first game of the season against us, they looked like they haven't met each other in a way as well. Okay, they did well to they did well to get a result against West Ham, but I thought they rode they'll look a little bit at times. But yeah, it's all how this team gel together now with the new side, with these new players that they're getting. But I think I've actually predicted them to stay up, so you never know. They could do that. But I think even if they finish somewhere like 16th, I think they would be happy with that.
I would do as well. But if you go back to the old days, right? I mean, if you spend that sort of money, right, and you finish 5th from bottom, there'd be big questions, man. Big questions.
Well, that's it.
But if Newcastle spent that sort of money and we finish 16th, there'd be questions about it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, easily. But Tim's had to mention Hamza Chowdhury too soon. Well, he's not there anymore. It's just like under the previous ownership, they were coming out and says we couldn't get him over the line. But I'm glad that's in the history books now.
Exactly. Well, the only problem I have with clubs like Forest spends any money, which will make our transfer targets higher in the transfer fee. Tom, that's a flipping fair point, mate. Absolutely well said. Pete, I think he's right because look, from the way he wrote that, right, that's going to be a worry for Newcastle.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And let's go through this. Well, we'll go for a few more, and then we're gonna wrap on. No, I got to go out tonight. Are you worried for Leicester City this season? Have they got enough to stay up? I think they stay up this season.
They will stay up, but they'll not finish as high. I don't know if they'll finish a top 10 place if they haven't spent any new signings. And to be honest, it can't come back to haunt you a little bit if you don't bring in any new players and you stick with the same side in a way as well. So, and I mean, they've only picked up a point so far. They've got beat off Arsenal. But I think they will beat a Southampton team, but I don't see him challenging for a European place this season.
I don't either. Not this season. I know Jamie Vardy signed a new two-year deal, by the way, and he'd be there till he's 37 years of age. So that's their signing this season. Jamie Vardy, new 2-year deal.
Yeah, it's a funny one. Well, if he wants to stay on, fair play to him. If he thinks he can go a little bit further, fair play to the lad.
Exactly. Well done to Jamie Vardy. Leicester fans so exciting. Challenging for Bruno G swap deal? Absolutely no chance. No chance at all. Fantastic stream. I'd like to subscribe now. Good luck to you boys this season. You know exactly what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Also subscribe with PD Proudlock as well. Do that, mate. That would be fantastic. He's on the road for 2K. If he gets that, he'll probably have a 2K sure. I'm pretty sure of that. It's going to be one hell of a party, by the way. And Chip Hurst has got to be invited as well. And got one from Jimmy Vardy's missus decide what he does. Well, if that's the case sort of thing, he better listen to his wifey. Do you know what I mean? Listen to his wifey. But there you go. And let's look at this one as well. Go through a few more. Madison's negotiating a new contract at Leicester, so he's going nowhere. If Chelsea pulls out of Fofana, the Foxes will be strapped for cash, in my opinion. I don't think Chelsea they got to pay 85 million for this guy. He is a decent defender. Don't get us wrong, but he had 2 bad injuries, Pete.
Well, he has, hasn't he? And yep, he still is. But I don't think he's worth that price as well. I think Leicester have slapped prices like them, and particularly on Madison as well, because they don't want to sell them. They want to keep them in.
It's as simple as that, mate. It's as simple as that. And John Vardy extended his contract to pay off the Wagger Evan Christie child his wife lost. We don't know that, mate. We don't know that. And I know the trial is over. We just don't want to really chat about court cases on me, sure, if I'm honest. But I see what you mean. It's a shame. Fofana has even said he's not worth 80 mil. It's clearly been done to block the move. I tell you what, why did not put in a transfer request? You want to leave the club, stick a transfer request in. Simple as that. That's all you got to do. But then again, their new clubs have probably fit the bill, by the way. I've seen that happen before. Maguire is also a decent defender at Leicester. He was. Since he went to United, it's wrong. Also, too, mate. And, just have a friendly banter. That's all it is. So we're going to wrap up there, by the way, Pete. I know you've got things on, and I've got things on to do. And we could go for another hour of this. But you got any shorts on tonight, mate?
Not tonight. But, of course, I'll have me quick thoughts after the game tomorrow, and of course fan reactions as well. And I may look to try and get the match review done all on the same day, hopefully as well. So yeah. Can't wait for the game tomorrow.
Can't wait as well. Should be a cracking game. Got a few more as well. Let's look at these ones as well. It's good to read the comments out as well. I think Spurs and the Guns are going to be a force this season. Can you imagine those two at the top of the league fighting out for the title? That would be awesome there. If Roger scores, I'd like to see Graham Potter come in as Leicester. I think he'd be a future England manager, mate. And if you do, I don't think he'll come to Leicester. If I'm quite honest, he'll probably go for a top 6 club for me. And if he does, I think you got a cracking young manager there, by the way. And who will play in the lineup for Chelsea tomorrow? I don't know. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but you need to find probably the same teammates by the looks of it. Any of the Chelsea lads will be a nice deal. I tell you what. John, hit the subscribe button, mate, please. If you can, that'd be brilliant. Also, subscribe to Pete's channel as well. The link is in the description there, my guy. John, scouting the World Cup is a must for us getting in early on players. Eddie likes to look off. I think that's a sensible thing he said all day. And also look good. Jesus is my FPL team. He's the real deal, isn't he? He will be happy just seeing Hudson-Odoi and Pedro, only 2 new young forwards. They will settle with Wilson on final third, and maybe Hal use Miggy as an attacker on and off with Joe. And thanks to Tony as well, mate, and the chat. Please do like on your way out. Thank you so much indeed. The top one had 72 viewers watched today. Here, John and Pete, if these top 6 keep spending for a top player, and we do owners be forced to spend to get out there.
Again, we'll have to spend over the odds at times. We will have to start paying over the odds for players if we really, really want them at times. So,
yeah, man.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, Pete, we're going to wrap up there, mate. Can you tell the viewers we can find you on your socials, please?
So, YouTube is PD Product. Feel free to check out, subscribe. and also the likes of me Facebook page, Twitter. They're all PD Product, Instagram as well. So yeah, feel free to check, follow us, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to as well.
Brilliant stuff. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel as well, can you please have the honor and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And also, if you'd like to super chat us, then just click on the thanks option before when the show close. And if you like to become a member, it's just 99p. And we are doing a competition very soon. Me, Pete, and Maisie are talking about it, by the way. And I think Pedro's the smokescreen for Ramos. That's from Alan. Could be. I have subbed out Holland from my team.
Wow, that's just.
I've
subbed out Nunes because he got sent off on Monday.
Deary me, that is not good. That is not good at all, man. And brilliant show, Cenk. Thank you so much indeed. Cenk is like a Turkish name, isn't it? Cenk, or
sounds, doesn't it?
It does like Turkish names. Is he from Turkey, by the way? Next time, Cenk, you come on, mate, tell us where you're from, mate, and that'll be absolutely amazing. Thank you very much indeed. And guys, I'll be back tomorrow for the warm-up show around 2 o'clock, and also I'll be back for the match reaction live as well after the Man City game, so you can come on and have a watch as well. And Monday I'll be on the John Macy show with Tony for the Premier League prediction. Tuesday is going to be a prediction show with Tramia, and Wednesday just going to be a warm-up as well. So guys, where's your fantasy team? I'll have to tell you next time because I'm going to sign up, mate. But next time I come out, I'll tell you, mate. I'll start questioning the game, mate, and Pete, hang about, mate, and have a word. And last one is all very well going for a young upcoming talent, but they are some proven strikers like Stevenson. So why not give them a round, which could be the next Shearer for all anyone knows? You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you probably go for already made at this moment in time. So thanks for coming on, Pete. I will do backstage, and I shall see you guys tomorrow for the warm-up and me, Grace, and hopefully Tony. And I shall see you guys tomorrow. Until then, it's a bye-bye for now. That's the wrong one, sorry. There you go.